Fine. 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 I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay? I will go ahead and do the review. All right? I spoke to my brother a few weeks ago, and even to a buddy of mine too, telling him I am not going to go and watch this movie. I don't support this universe after the reaction, the way I felt about last year's Stupid Man last year. One of the to me one of the worst movies I've ever seen ever in my entire life. I was not encouraged or even at all anticipated wanting to watching this movie. And he went ahead and flat out said, "But you're a movie critic. You're a movie critic. You gotta go and watch this and let the people know how you feel towards it. What do you think about any movie, and particularly in theaters?" And this year I have been going on a huge streak watching a lot of movies out in theaters this year. The most that I've ever in my entire life in a long time. But yeah, I guess sure we'll go ahead and do a movie review off of 2026's Supergirl. This is the second, if you guys don't know this is the second feature-length movie of James Gunn's DC Universe. And I've already seen a lot of reviews off of so many other people because I grew curious. I really did. I really grew curious, and I was so close to not watching this movie. I really didn't want to watch it. I really didn't want to feel the same way about this the way that I felt last year. I know a lot of people loved that movie last year, okay? And that's fine. You guys are entitled to your own opinions. If you love the movie, fantastic. Fantastic. Me, on the other hand, no way, chance in the world will I ever love that movie. Because I even gave it a shot. I gave it a second shot. I really did. I said, you know what? Maybe I over-exaggerated when I watched it in theaters. I was going to go watch it again in theaters to see if I could change my mind. Because it does happen. I may not like the movie for the first time, but yet if I watched it again, there could be a good possibility that I could enjoy it. Unfortunately not. Because I put it on HBO Max, I gave it a shot, and I couldn't even last 5 minutes watching that terrible piece of garbage that I said no. I said no. I cannot walk out of watching a movie at a movie theater, no matter how terrible it is, because I paid for that ticket. And I'm not getting my money back. So I don't want to waste any of my money on, whatever it is that I spent. So I had to make sure that I made the best out of it. And this did not do it for me. This did not do it for me. So when it comes to Supergirl, though, you got to understand this. I had just finished doing a 12-hour shift. I was tired. I wanted to go home and rest, but I said, you know what? It's my responsibility as a movie critic to go and watch it and see for myself what I thought about this movie. And I know a lot of people hated this. They hated this movie. So I was terrified. I was very terrified. I just did not want to go in and just have history repeat itself all over again of me being disappointed. So I went. I didn't get any popcorn this time because it was already late at night, and I already had popcorn yesterday watching Best and Last yesterday. And if you guys haven't seen that review yet, it is posted on my channel. Go and check it out. But yeah, I went in and watched it expecting to being disappointed. I'll tell you what, by the end of the movie, I could not even believe it. It wasn't bad. It really, being honest here, I just don't understand how that could have been possible, but it really wasn't that bad the way that, from what I've seen, other critics had claimed the movie to being boring, to being a piece of garbage. The way that the critics are claiming this movie, Supergirl, to being a piece of garbage is the same kind of reactions I wish that they would have claimed over Super Stupid Man last year. I won't call it Superman because that's not Superman to me. We'll put touch bases on that a little later on the video. But yeah, I didn't really have a bad time. I thought that it was really interesting. I had a great fun time. I just didn't get bored. I was interested throughout the movie, through and through, from beginning to end. I mean, my expectations just did not meet. They just did not meet. I could not believe I enjoyed this. What is wrong with me? And you know, that happens a lot. That really happens a lot. Many movie critics out there, or just people, movie audiences in general, would, with other films in the past, would claim that, oh, this movie's terrible, that movie's terrible. But then when I go and watch it, it's really not that bad. I would actually enjoy it. But then vice versa, the other way around, like last year, people would love an in particular movie, and I, on the other hand, when I go and watch it, I just don't. My opinions seem to be completely different compared to so many others. For example, 2017's Power Rangers. I will never let that go. I hate the fact that people just did not approve of that movie. And I love that movie so much. I wanted a sequel so bad. I got so upset when I knew that they weren't going to continue on. We were not going to get a sequel to that. I'm like, are you guys kidding me? That movie was phenomenal. That movie was fantastic. I loved it. It was my favorite movie of 2017. And you're telling me we're not getting a sequel? Come on! But yet we're getting a second film to this DC universe, which I was very upset. I mean, we are getting Clayface, and because of Supergirl, I am encouraged now that I want to go watch Clayface. And I know that they're doing, and I don't know about Lanterns, that's a whole other story. I know they're doing the sequel to Stupid Man called Man of Tomorrow, which is supposed to be the title for Man of Steel if they were to have continued on with the Snyderverse. And I'm pointing this out here, okay? I am really pointing this out here, you guys. Just because I enjoyed Supergirl does not mean that I do not want the Snyderverse to be restored. I still want it to be restored. Why? Because Henry Cavill is my Superman. He is the symbol of hope. And I really feel that hope. And David Cornsweet will not be my Superman. I am sorry. That's set in stone. It's not gonna change. Okay? Ben Affleck is my Batman. Gal Gadot is my Wonder Woman. Jason Momoa. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But yeah, going back to the movie of Supergirl, it's directed not by James Gunn this time. Thank goodness we did not have James Gunn directing this, but we have a new visionary of this whole new universe directed by Craig Gillespie, who did Cruella, which I think I did like that movie. I, Tonya, never seen it, but I heard it's very good. Mr. Woodcock, I've seen before. Dumb Money, and so on and so forth. So I think that this director does some really good work. And I think that when it comes to Supergirl, it's pretty much proven on my behalf that I think that the movie was good. I can't say it's great. I can't say it's terrible. It was good. I enjoyed it. Surprising, right? Surprising. I'm surprised myself too. Kara Zor-El, which is played by Millie Alcock. Not familiar with her work because I know that she pops up on House of the Dragon. I've never seen Game of Thrones. Well, I've seen the first season, but I never really grew on it. I never became a fan like many people have been with the series, and including House of the Dragon. I know that she appears in it, but that's about it. So I'm not really familiar with her work until now with this. After seeing her performance as Supergirl, as Kara Zor-El, I'd have to say I really did. I think that she was great. I really do think that she was great. She didn't annoy me like David Cornsweet did. And I think that maybe it's because I'm so connected to Henry Cavill as Superman because since I've seen his adaptation and then we immediately jump into this whole other version of Superman, I could not accept that. But yeah, when we look at Supergirl, on my part, I'm not familiar with Supergirl. I've never read the comics, which including the comic book that this movie is in relations to, Woman of Tomorrow, which was supposed to be the title of it when it was first announced. Is supposed to be some of that story was supposed to be part of this film, and so I don't really know that much of Supergirl. I've never even seen the CW show. I've never seen the 1984 Supergirl with Helen Slater, which is in fact a 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. So a lot of people dislike this, and I've heard that it's very boring. Never seen it. This is for me. This is a new character, even though I'm familiar with the fact that there is a Supergirl. I just don't know who Supergirl is, and also the fact that yes, she is Superman's cousin. That's about it. So this is a introduction for me on this character, and I really very much admired it. A lot of people have complained about how this vision is very similar to James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy from Marvel Studios. I can see that. I really can. But it didn't affect me. It didn't bother me. I didn't say that's Guardians. That's Guardians. That's Guardians. No, it didn't affect me. I actually enjoyed this. I found this to being a very cosmic world in the DCU. I really did. So she's teaming up with this character called Ruthie, played by Evie Ridley, and she's on this, on this journey of revenge. And I don't want to throw too much out there. I don't want to spoil this for any of you guys who wants to go out and watching this. And it kind of so Supergirl has to do whatever it takes to prevent her from committing this revenge on killing this the villain of the film. And it reminded me very much of I know that there's some other things that I could connect with on this part of the story, but it's kind of like Raven Mystique from X-Men Days of Future Past. It's kind of like that. If you were to commit such a sin, it's going to not bring you healing. It's just going to bring you more pain. So I having to killing this individual is not going to bring your family back. So I understood that storyline, and I approve of it. It didn't really affect me. I really did enjoy that. The villain is called Krem, which is played by Matthias Schoendertz. I think that's how you say it. Not familiar with his work either. A lot of people say that he's a very forgettable villain, and that the way that he's portrayed is nowhere near the comics. Like I said, don't know anything about that. But on his portrayal within this movie of itself alone, it didn't affect me either. I really did admire his villainous portrayal. I will admit that, yeah, it's very not memorable. It's kind of like the Dark Elves from Thor: The Dark World. It's kind of like this movie's kind of like Thor: The Dark World and the Marvels put together. Which I didn't have a problem with the Marvels either, unlike so many others who dislike that movie. Yeah, I think that this movie, they even say that this movie kind of resembles a lot of Mad Max, which I've never seen any of the Mad Max movies. So, like I said, there's a lot of lore to this that a lot of people would complain about because of the comparisons that they had put into this film. But me, on the other hand, since me walking into this blindedly and giving it a chance, I love the fact that I got to leave the theater satisfied. So everybody said it. Ever since the very beginning, when he was casted to playing Aquaman, everyone always said this dude was miscasted and he should have played Lobo. Had no idea who Lobo was until I saw an image and said, yeah, I can understand that this guy should have been casted as this character Lobo, which I knew nothing about. I saw the image and I'm like, yeah, it's practically Jason Momoa. It really is. And I'll admit, when he was casted to playing Aquaman, I didn't like it. I thought that was a miscasting. But I trusted Zack Snyder at the time. And, to this day, yes, I have accepted him as Aquaman until I watched this movie and I said, he actually does pretty good as Lobo. I really did. He was one of the great things about this. He may have been used not too well, according to others, but it didn't affect me. It was great getting to seeing him, and I'm like, oh, there's Jason Momoa. That's good. There he is. He's been very busy, very busy. I loved his villainous portrayal in the movie Fast X. He's very Joker type, and I loved his performance in that. And I know that he's just been busy with so many other things. I'm looking forward to seeing him in Street Fighter as Blanca. That'd be awesome. Didn't like Minecraft, though. That's another story for another time. But yeah, and I remember that before the DCU was, before it started, there was this TikTok video of Jason Momoa getting off the phone with James Gunn, telling him some good news. And he was just so excited. He was so hyped. And he was like, yeah. And we're like, what's this? What does this mean? What are we talking about here? It's like, is he casted as Lobo? Is he casted as Lobo? Or is he staying as Aquaman? I'm like, well, I mean, the majority of everybody was right. He was casted as Lobo, and I thought that he did phenomenal. I really did. He did a great job. So, according to the the marketings, the trailers and such, yes, super stupid man pops up in this movie. Okay, David Cornsweet pops up in this movie. He didn't bother me. I'm surprised. They did something different compared to the movie last year to now. He felt like Superman this time. Now, like I said, Henry Cavill is always going to be my Superman no matter what. But David Cornsweet did something completely different in this movie that really captured me. And I think that when it comes to DC movies, they should not be directed by James Gunn. James Gunn should just do his job as the CEO of DC Studios, and let other directors take the mantle and explore their visions in this universe that he's trying to develop. If this universe is to succeed going further on. If they restore the Snyderverse, I'm still going to be overly excited and cannot wait to see how they are going to be bringing that back. But yeah, I think the only kind of Supergirl that I'm aware of is The Flash back in 2013 with Sasha Calle, and that movie was at a 63%. So I enjoyed that movie as well too, and I would have loved to have seen Sasha Calle's version of her own solo Supergirl flick if they were to have had the chance. But unfortunately, as of now, that's not going to happen. You never know, things could change. But I'm okay with this movie. I really am. I didn't have a problem with it. I got upset because of the idea that I wanted to be disappointed, and I really wasn't. I'm giving you my honest opinion here. My honest opinion. I cannot believe I enjoyed this movie. Rotten Tomatoes, man, they even gave it at a 57%. A lot of, that I've seen some critics out there that have stated that it's not a good movie. It's not a bad movie. It was okay. For me, I think a little bit more. I think a little bit more on the positive end. By giving this movie, Supergirl 2026, a 72%. Wow! I'm even shocked. I can't even go any lower than that. I can't even go any higher. I think that is a perfect percentage. I couldn't even believe that I'm actually giving a DCU film a good percentage. It's just what's going on with me here? Hey, if you guys dislike it, okay. You're entitled to your own opinions. It's just as much as I am. And I'm telling you guys right now, this was good. This was good. And I cannot wait to watch it again. You know, probably not in theaters. I probably might watch it when it pops up on HBO Max. But I really did enjoy this so much. I know next week they're doing Minions, Monsters and Aliens. Is that what it is? But yeah. And I'm not going to go see that. I haven't even seen The Rise of Gru. I'm not really big on animated films, unlike Toy Story 5, like I did last week. That's not a problem for me because I grew up on Toy Story, so I'm very familiar with that franchise. Unlike others, but yeah, I can't believe it. Supergirl, I enjoyed it. Wow. So that's that's my review, you guys, for Supergirl 2026. What did you guys think? Have you guys gone out and watched it? If you don't want to watch it, that's entirely up to you. For me, I encourage you to go and watch it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section at the bottom. Let's have an awesome time talking about this movie or any movies that you'd like to talk about in general, because I love to talk about movies, but most importantly, I love to talk about them with you. And don't forget that you could check out some more of my videos on YouTube. Just look me up at Awesome Joe Movie Reviews. Don't forget to click on that like and subscribe button there, you guys. I really do appreciate everybody's support on my channel. And also, click on that notification bell for future videos. Once they are posted, you'll be the first to know once they are. So, once again, everybody, I'm Awesome Joe. Keep on living the dream. And as always, stay awesome. Thanks, you guys, once more again. And to my beautiful baby girl, I will never say it enough. I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you again, my precious baby. Mwah. Daddy loves you. And to everybody else out there, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.